All right, good evening, class. Can you all hear me? All right, is it loud enough? Everyone is here? Okay, very good. Okay, so welcome back. Despite we having COVID cases increasing and all that, yeah, it's a bit frightening, right? Because y'all are very good because y'all are actually thinking about MCO and you have to not stop going to school. It will be a very big problem later if let's say the MCO extended again. Because online classes are not as strong enough as how you can learn in school because school are more subjects unless if you have like extra classes like this, maybe it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, and those who ask, I think just now Lau did mention about summary. We have been practicing summary since the day one, and even in the day one I actually explained how to obtain more marks. All right, how can you get more marks and how do you identify your points. So only that last week we couldn't catch up because I had an emergency. I had to leave earlier, about like 20 minutes like that. Okay, so shouldn't be a problem. If let's say you have the tips and you know how to find your points, then you shouldn't worry about it. Okay, so today we're going to work on another two paper, which means your paper one and your paper two, your past year papers and your trial past year papers. So we're going to focus on that, on how can you get more marks. All right. Are you all ready? And some of your friends are still coming in, so but we just start first. Okay, and before that I did re-uploaded the Kahoot quiz on Google Classroom and have linked it, all right, on the description box, so you just have to click and you have to play the quiz. And I find that I have 90 students enrolled in my Google Classroom. Maybe some are new, some were with me from the beginning, but only 23 managed to answer. Okay, so I find it, I was quite sad, disappointed. So I am, and some of y'all left the game, the Kahoot challenge, without trying, without completing it. Okay, so I hope that we are working extra for you, right? I'm finding extra materials, I'm doing extra notes, papers and all that. Finding, if let's say the trial paper, they don't usually come with the answer, but I'm preparing everything, all the schema for you guys, right? So please make use of it. So and yeah, I've uploaded another Kahoot challenge. I think this time it's on grammar. Okay, so whenever you have time, you please go and try. And I think the due is until Tuesday, if not mistaken. Today is Friday, right? So maybe you can do after your uh, class, after your Zoom class, right? Barely will take about 15 minutes. I think only about 15 minutes. Just go to your Google Classroom. You have the code, right? And then you just tap the link and then you start answering the question. Okay, even if it's wrong, you are learning, shouldn't be a problem. Don't worry about getting mistakes and all that. Okay, all right, before that okay, thank you, Lau. Okay, before that, before we move on to our past year paper, I have quiz for you, right? Let me share the screen with you. Hold on. Okay, can you all see? Okay, now let's look at the question. So it's about article. Okay, as you know, article is part of very easy part of grammar. What is article consist of? What is articles consist of? What is article? Anyone? Anyone still remember? This is grammar article, not the article that essay format. No, I'm talking about grammar. What is article about? The usage of what? No, Chia and it's not about the essay. I have mentioned here it's about grammar. Um, Article in essay, yes, it's a format, all right. But here the article is about the usage of a, and the. Okay, let us look at your uh, definition first. Okay, the definite article, okay, is the word the. Okay, it's limits the meaning of a noun to one particular thing. For example, your friend might ask, "Are you going to the party this weekend?" All right. Okay, so the is used when they are particularly using for one mission or one object, all right? So you want that, and then you are specifically using the, okay? And the also can be used uh, for singular, plural, or uncountable nouns. All right. Below are some examples of the definite article they used in context. Okay, so definite means memang ditetapkan. You can know the sum. All right. So you can see here the singular, plural, and uncountable nouns. All right. So for example, when do you use the, please give me the hammer. So you know that you really want the hammer. You're specifically you wanted the hammer, so you're using the word the. Okay, please give me the red hammer. The blue one is too small, so you are using the before the color. All right, so you are mentioning which color do you want. Please give me the nail. Please give me the large nail. It is only one strong enough to hold this painting. So you are mentioning which particular nail that you wanted, all right? And the last one, please give me the hammer and the nail, all right? So can you see the difference here? And also, the is used for something which is only one in the world. For example, the sun, the moon. Uh, what else? A lot of things, right? To specific one, a big item. Okay, we use the. All right. So now let's look at the indefinite articles, which takes two forms. It is the word a when it precedes a word that begins with a consonant. Okay, consonant meaning uh, B, C, D, F, G, H, and so on until Z. All right. It's the word N. It precedes a word begins with vowel. Vowel is your A, E, I, O, U. Um, so when you see the vowel a, okay, for example, the word apple, okay, and it's one, so you have to use the word an apple. Okay, if it's a lot apples, then you don't have to use your article. You can say an apples. All right. So here you can see that the word a and the word an is an indefinite article, meaning it is for countable. It's used for countable nouns. All right. Okay, for example, please hand me a book. Any book will do. So you can see it's indefinite means you can just choose anything that you want, but only one. Okay, it's used for singular. It is also countable, but it is not definite. All right, that is the difference between using the and a. Okay, please hand me an autobiography. Any autobiography will do. Okay, so the word when the letter starts with A, so you have to use the N because it's vowel A, E, I, O, and U. All right. So you got it? Okay, and the exceptions. Certain words are exceptional, all right? For example, the word that starts with consonant, for example, like this. My mother is a honest woman. But when you pronounce, you don't say honest, all right? You just start with O. Also, hour, Hour, but the word you pronounce is O, okay? So O is regarded as vowel or uh, consonant. It will be vowel, all right? That's why you have to use what is that N. Okay, you see the first letter is incorrect. Okay, even though yes, you use a for consonant because it's starting with H, but these words are exceptional because the sound produced is starting from O. So you have to use an article for vowel. All right. Anyone else having problem in hearing? I mean, can you listen to me? Okay, then, okay, because your friend is having problem. Okay, because mine was okay just now and everyone can hear. So, and she's new. I think she's supposed to check her PC. Okay, so you can see here the difference. Okay, for example, another word. For example, like I said, how hour, all right. So HOUR is also become an hour, all right. That's why we always use if satu jam we use an hour, even though it starts from H. Okay, so you understand, right? When the sound produced as vowel, so you're supposed to use the word n. Okay. Okay, now let us move to the question. Article is the easiest, but the easiest it is, students tend to make a careless mistake. Okay, okay. Number one, what will be your answer? Yes, it's actually a dash, right? Do you live in Bristol? Okay, you don't have to use any article here. Some easily get confused when you see article. Oh, we have to fill in the article. No, right? Okay, number two. Number two, we go slowly, right? We go slowly so we can answer one by one. Number two, exactly. Where is the USB drive? Because they have been specifically mentioned USB drive that you lent last week. Okay, so you have to use definite article the. Number three, yes, because it's starting from A as an electrician. Very good. Number four, yes, it's a kilo. All right. The tomatoes are 99 pence a kilo. All right. Number five. Number five class. Yes, I usually come to school by bus, not a bus or the bus. Okay, and the last one, number six. Miss Lane speaks. Actually, the dash is zero article. Okay, yeah, Miss Lane speaks Chinese, right? You don't have to mention specifically and all that. Okay, so do you still have any question on article? Do you still have any question? Okay, very good. So you're all clear, right? Okay, now let us move on to your past year paper. We're going to start with paper one, which is your essay. Hold on. All right. Can you see the paper? Okay, this paper is from Modul Soalan Berfokus 2018. It is from Pulau Pinang. Anyone from Pulau Pinang? Anyone here from Pulau Pinang? Yeah. Usually BI or BM would start first. Okay, it's a great start actually when you start with BI and BM. Okay. Okay. Now, this is a trial SPM paper for the whole state. Okay. So I have taken this and we're going to discuss on this. All right. Okay, now the first thing before I start my our paper, I really need your cooperation. You have to pay full attention here, and I want you. I think you're about 25 people in, or 20 to 25. I want all of you all to answer the question. Give points. Share your idea. Even if it's wrong, it's okay. All right. Okay, and now you don't have to really focus on your trial is definitely coming. If you're ready, you don't have to worry about it. All right. Okay, now let's look at your paper. The section A, the director writing, is 35 marks. I think I've mentioned this many times. 3 marks is for your format. All right. Okay, now let's look at the format. Your family is planning to go for a holiday at the end of the year. Your brother or sister has asked you to choose either to stay in a hotel or homestay. He or she has given you some information about the two places. Write a letter to your brother or sister stating your choice. So the word letter has been highlighted, that has been bolded there. So you understand that the format of this essay is letter. So when writing the letter, you must. Okay, definitely it will fall under informal letter. Very good, Antayan. Okay, you have to be very proactive, all right? Okay, so definitely it will be a letter, because you can see when you are writing the letter to your siblings, to your cousins, to your relative, it definitely under informal, unless it's a complaint letter or a request letter, all right? It will be formal. Okay, and then you have to develop all the points given. Here they have almost 12 points, but you have to give two, all right? Give your own ideas when needed. Give your own ideas when needed means the two ideas are your own idea. Okay. So now, before we start the essay, you have to understand the topic. They ask you to write a letter explaining both, meaning you have to explain these two different accommodation. We call it as accommodation, correct? We have to talk about both accommodation here. Then you have to choose which one you think more suitable. Look at your question. All right. You have to read your question. Do not rush. Do not choose one. I have marked this kind of paper where they have to visit places, like they are going for a trip to Perak or to Cameron Highland, and immediately the student only spoke about the Cameron Highland. Actually, no. You have to look. Describe all the details of the two places. Take which place you think it is more suitable. Okay. So after you state both, meaning you have your pros and your cons, the advantages or the disadvantages, and then you select one which is suitable for your house. Okay, can you understand? All right. So the 3 marks is for your format. Your format will be here, your address, and then you have your date, and then you have your salutation, dear sister or dear brother, and then in the end you have your signature. You have to sign in on your right hand side. So everything will be on your right hand side. Am I correct, class? Okay, very good. So that will be 3 marks. All right. Okay. So another 12 marks will be your points. The bullet points given, 12 marks. So already 15. Another 20 is basically your own language, your own the way you construct your sentences, your high vocabulary or any idiom that you want to use, anything. Okay. Make sure your sentences are grammarly ordered. Okay, it's organized. Then you get another 20 marks. Okay. I think the question is sound a bit easy. Okay, let's look at the boat accommodation. Okay, so you have to start with your hotel. Okay, do not start with homestay. You have to follow the organization. So the first one is about the hotel. Okay, what you mean by in town? And some students, they what they do is they will talk about the hotel, then they talk about the homestay. They talk about the hotel, then the homestay. Can you do that? No. All right. It's a big no, right? So you shouldn't compare like one by one. Finish everything and then you jump to everything, because they never ask you to compare and contrast. They ask you to describe. Okay. In town, yes, it's near the city or in the city. Okay, so it's accessible to, it's easily accessible to um, everywhere. All right, so it's easy for you to get your things done. uh, what else you can talk about in town? You can say, you can mention a name, for example, Hotel San Surya, or for example, it is located or situated in town. So it will make us to easy move around or accessible whenever we need something, like immediately, right? Okay, so you talk about in town means dalam bandar. So kemudahan. It's very easy for you to get touch with the facilities and the food and all that. Okay, next RM 150 per person. Okay, so you're going to mention the hotel. It also you have to pay 150 per person, but the room definitely the room quality would be better. Correct or not? Hotel are usually better than homestay. Do you agree? Okay, because they have a bigger bed and then everyone can share, and then it will be very, you have room services and all that. Okay, you can say no, I understand, but if we are logically we are comparing hotel and a homestay, hotel is definitely cleaner, and it's better, right? Okay, next we have complimentary breakfast. What is complimentary breakfast? What is complimentary breakfast? Reserve? What is reserve? Yes, it includes the breakfast. So 150 that you are paying are giving you free breakfast. Complimentary, the meaning is free. Very good, Joey. So you can tell that so everyone can have a breakfast in the hotel in the morning, okay? And you will have a wide variety because usually in the hotel they gives you a buffet. Okay, you can eat how much you want, and everything will be provided there. So you have to explain each and everything, right? Okay, then they are talking about swimming pool. Okay, what can you explain about swimming pool? Maybe you can tell that there are two swimming pool. One is infinity, maybe it's on the roof. You can view the whole city, right? Another one is for the kids. Okay, so they have two different swimming pool. It's safe for the kids, and they have kids time and all that. Clean water. Swimming pool is always it's always clean. Okay, but you can tell that you can play with the kids, all right? And then you can say they have two different big pools or something. So you have to explain about what is swimming pool. Now they ask you to describe about the facility, so you have to add your own ideas here. Okay, close to shopping complex. How would you um, say that this is one of the advantages when you stay in hotel? Okay, so it's close to, yeah. You can also tell that the hotel is just a stone throw away. You can use the idiom, okay, saying that it is very nearby. And then if let's say you want to get something, you can get it easily. All right, and then you can also tell that if let's say very easy to get your food, you can have your dinner, all right? Short distance walks, yes. As I said, a stone throw away, meaning very, very nearby. You can just walk, all right? Okay, now they ask you to give another one more idea means what are the advantages of you staying in hotel? You can also talk about the facilities in the hotel. You can say that they're having a gym, or they having a. You can also talk about they having a surau, they having a gym, or they having for example, room service. Okay, if let's say you see many hotels, they are providing room service. They have phone, and then you just call them, they bring everything to you. Okay, or you can also say it's fully air conditioned, because if you see the 2 points, it's actually contra with one and each other. If let's say this is in town, the homestay point is in village. This is 150, this is 80, so you have to find something which is contra. So if let's say you're talking about contra, we can talk about room service and also fully air conditioned, or like your friends say, gym and spa. That is all the facilities in the hotel. All right, you can mention that as one. Okay, so when you say fully air conditioned, it is more comfortable for the kids to sleep, and Yeah, you will have a good sleep, correct or not? But in homestay, do you think they provide you air condition? Do they have? Oh, they have also. So what can you talk? Something else. Maybe you can say about the facilities, right? Like gym. Definitely homestay doesn't have gym. Okay. So you can tell that yeah, free homestay they have free Wi-Fi. I have seen as well. Okay, so you can talk about the big facilities like a gym or kids playing area, playgrounds and all that. But whereas in homestay they have it is more open feel and all that. All right. It maybe you can say it's near to um, they have what is that? You have to compare. Okay, now let's focus on that. Okay, let's look from the beginning. Okay, now we are done with the hotel. Now let's look at the homestay. Homestay, the first one in village. In village, what is your advantages of staying in village? What is your advantages of staying in village, and how do you explain that? Maybe you can tell that yeah, it's there's no air pollution, it is fresh air, tranquility. Remember the word that I used, I gave you last week. Okay, let me type to you. Tran- Tranquility meaning you are far from stress and hectic life and all that. All right. So in village, you can definitely feel the tranquility. It's very peace and calm. All right. So you can feel the fresh air and the scenery, very scenic scenery and all that. Okay. And to compare the price, it's even cheaper. Here it's 150. Here it's just RM 80 per person, but there's no food included. Okay, maybe you can combine the points here. 80 per person, but we have to do our own cooking. But do you think it's fun? Do you think when you go to a homestay, it's fun for you to do the own cooking, right? You just purchase what you need and all that, and then you can start up cooking for yourself, right? So you can help your family members, your whole family. That's the purpose when you go out. You want to be together. You want to cherish your moment together. So you can say, you can tell that you can have a great relationship. Yeah, Chair has mentioned silaturahim, great bond between your family members. You can have your own cooking. Okay, then you have benefit of or friend has asked, benefit of cooking, you can also mention saying that you get fresh food rather than you eat in the restaurant. But you can also, and also you can say that you create good bond with your family members. Everyone can help each other to cook the dishes, all right? Then you don't have swimming pool in your homestay, but you have a barbecue pit. So you can tell that while having cooking, you also can set up a barbecue pit and have barbecue. Definitely, it will be great in the area. The place will be very dark. It will be very cold. It's maybe if you are going near to the island or near to the jungle or river, so barbecue will be the perfect activity to do. All right. Okay. And the last one is closer to nature. Okay, what do you mean by closer to nature? Here, close to shopping complex. Here is closer to nature. What can you get from closer to nature? Can hear class? Yeah, closer to nature. But what is it closer to nature? As I mentioned, if let's say you are planning a homestay, usually we will go homestay somewhere near to as a vacation near to some places, interesting places like an island. You go to some pulau and then you take a homestay, or you go to a river, air terjun, a waterfall, and then you take a homestay, right? So you can tell that maybe the homestay is very nearby to the river or a waterfall. So when you open your door at the back, you can see water flowing. So the sound of water flowing is very peaceful, and it's very fun. You can have a swim there, right? Okay, yeah, the experience of sound like the sound of insects. Sometimes when you listen to it, we have never find it annoying, all right? It's not too loud, but it's something very special because we don't listen to it every day. Okay, so closer to nature is something very relaxing to our mind. Very good. And one more idea. Earlier you said that they have facilities like gym in the hotel. How about homestay? What are the activities or um, what is that facilities that you can find in homestay? If let's say you go to Kuala Selangor, that side, the home. I'm just referring to something in Selangor, right? You can see paddy field. You can involve in the work with the people, like catching fish, all right, and all that. Yeah, you can also tell that it's a bigger space, spacious because you can um, have activities with your family members, all right? So you can talk about it. Free tour around the area, very good. Okay, rather than sitting at home, the purpose of you going out is to spend time with your family members. So the advantages of homestay is you can go around the area. If let's say it's a kampong area, it's a rural area, you have never experienced about going to a rural or village earlier, so you can learn about the experience and the people there. You can learn about the culture, the tradition. Okay, you learn about their cooking. For example, you are a Chinese family and then you are staying in a homestay in a Malay family's house. They will teach you what kind of food they eat, and then tangkap ikan di longkang. You can talk about the activities, you can describe. All right. Okay, so that will be the one more idea. Bonding time with family members is just an explanation. Maybe you can include that in own cooking or barbecue pit. All right. So it creates, when you have this kind of activity, you can create bonding time with your family members. Do you understand? All right, class. Are you all clear with the points given? So you have 12 points here. Okay, and then they ask you to give your own ideas. The own ideas is your explanation. When you use, firstly, hotel is located in town. Okay, full stop. It is accessible. Okay, easily accessible to the nearest shop, right? Or to get something that just now you have mentioned, right? That will be your own idea. So each point you have to explain, then you get 20 marks. All right. Okay, so that will be your paper one. Paper 1 section A. Now let's look at your section B. The paper 1, the section A was quite simple, but the section B, I find it little bit tougher. Okay, slightly tougher lah. Okay, you look at the question first. Number 1, your birthday is approaching and your parents intend to give you a birthday present. What would you like to have? Maybe this is something slightly easier lah. Meaning your birthday is coming, approaching me is coming nearer, and your parents have wanted to buy you something. Chia, don't talk nonsense. Okay, so your parents wants to give you uh, a present, and what would you like to have? Maybe you can request for to have something related to your study, okay? Or you wanted to have a car, or you wanted to have a new handphone. Okay, then you have to state the reason why you need that particular thing. So you have to write 350 words referring to one item. It sounds easy, but can you construct sentences that much of word? So what you have to do, I remember I told you last week and the previous week, whenever you get your paper one, the first thing you're supposed to do is turn to page 2, your section B. All right. You go to your section B. You look at which question. It's not about easy. It's about which you can construct more idea. You brainstorm them or you draft out them right at the side. Okay. After you write down about 12 to 15 points. Then you go back to your section A, and then you start writing your answer there, because section A you don't have to think much because you already have your points, and then when you come back to your section B, you already have points there, you can start writing. I have seen many students who left section B empty. All right, they really get good answer and good marks in section A, but section B tak cukup masa, so tak sempat nak buat, right? So be very careful. Okay, now, so when it's come to a birthday present, answer for SPM. Then what for? Are you studying for 5 years, Chia? You want easy life, is it? Hmm? Okay, so you can ask for laptop. I think your friend have mentioned laptops and all that, computers. So you can mention that. You can tell that nowadays you can if let's say you choose PC or laptop, it's a very good great idea. You can tell that it's flexible, it's convenient, you can bring it anywhere. You can also watch movie whenever you are bored, and then you can tell that you can also have online classes. It's easy for you, okay? And then you can talk that you can also mention saying that when once you enter university, you'll be using laptops as well to do your assignment, to do your project work and all that. So laptop will be a great help for you or useful in your future. Okay, but you create more points, all right? You try to trigger yourself to get more points. Okay, number two, write a story. Okay, this story is your own idea, so we cannot share the same idea. Okay, question three, co-curricular activities help to instill leadership qualities in students. Okay, number three, I think most of them would choose number three or number one just now. Okay, number three, do you agree or do you disagree or are you neutral? Give reason to support your view. So here, they have given the word agree. Okay, do you agree? But you can disagree because a question mark. Or you can even tell that I'm being neutral here, and then you mention why. Okay, so but if here about leadership qualities, yes, I do agree that co-curriculum activities helps to instill leadership qualities in students. Okay, how? How does co-curriculum activities instill leadership qualities in students? As a student, how do you feel you increase your leadership skill? Anyone, class? Hello, class. Are you sleeping? Participating in activities, yes, you participating in activities, but now they are talking leadership. Leadership is ketua. Yeah, lead the whole society. Very good. Okay. Now we are talking about co-curriculum. Co-curriculum is your extracurricular activities, like your society, your house, your clubs, and all that. Okay. Leader the whole society, yes, very good. Okay, you able to lead the whole society, and you, okay, from there you able to communicate better. All right. When you communicate better, effective communication, it instill your leadership. When you become a leader but you don't know how to give instruction, okay, all from there you learn how to give instruction. Okay, so you have to write that. Okay, effective communication instill leadership, and also you have to talk about how it instill leadership and all the sub points. For example, effective communication, lead the camp, yes, like for example, you are a society leader, president, and then you are asked by the teacher to organize a camp. So you have to do it by yourself. So what you have to do there, you have to bring them. You have to create the what they call that, the itinerary, and then you have to go there and talk about the place, the accommodation. It teaches you how to be independent. All right. So you settle everything by yourself. That also instills leadership. Yes, responsibility. Responsibility is increased through leadership, because when you bring them to the camp, you are responsible towards your team members. All right. And then tolerance. When you are leadership, when you are a leader, you not only giving instruction, but you must be also able to listen to others. So here is got two. One is it develop listening skill, and also it's increase tolerance skill. Can you become leader and just ask them to do, okay, you do this, okay, and then you shake your legs? Cannot. You have to get into the situation and work together with your team members. All right. And then you will be guardian of the team. Okay, for example, like you just now mentioned about responsibility, leadership also is about being guardian of the whole team. So you are taking oath, kamu telah berikrar untuk menjalankan tugas. You are taking you're doing your work, you have taken an oath. All right. Yes, it's a very close related with responsibility and dedication. Okay, so you are dedicated to perform, you are dedicated to take care of your whole team, all right, so that they are not failed. Imagine if there's a ship and then suddenly there's no sailor, tak ada captain kat kapal tu, what will happen? Okay, it's imagine the club without a leader. Okay, they might go haywire. So it is very important to have a leader. Okay, so co-curriculum activities definitely instill leadership qualities in students. Okay, and then it also teaches you, it also brings you to learn instill fairness. Okay, bersikap adil. If let's say your friends are there and then you suddenly you favor them, but some people are working even more hard, they are putting more effort in the society, so you have to be fair. So becoming leader is not easy. It instills leadership qualities, also some other sub qualities. All right, so can you understand class? Okay, very good. Okay, number 4, it's another story, right? A story about teenager whose hard work and determination helped him to win a competition. Okay, so this is according to your creativity and imagination. You might have a different imagination, I might have different. So number 4 we're not going to discuss. And finally, number 5. Number 5, describe your first experience with online shopping. Have you all done online shopping? Have you all done online shopping class? Online shopping like Shopee, Lazada, or Zalora, or anything. All right. So if you have, then you can talk. Maybe you can tell that you have done online shopping. You bought things from Instagram, and then you got that as a gift for others. All right. So you can say what you bought, what was the function of the thing, and how was your feeling. Means how were you satisfied with online? Is it equivalent to physical shopping, like you touch them and you buy? Or like you when you buy clothes, sometimes we don't like to buy clothes online because usually we get cheated. They mention they're cotton, and then suddenly you get like a jersey type or the very cheap kind of type. All right. Chia, what are you writing there? Okay. All right. uh So you can describe about your first experience, all right? Yeah, not a list of online shopping. They ask you to describe your first experience with online shopping, all right? Maybe you can in introduction you can tell that as you're aware, there's a lot of online shopping in Malaysia nowadays. Okay, for example, what? So I have tried one recently. Okay, so which one was that? And then what was the item that you bought? For whom you bought? Was it for yourself? Was it for others? Okay. Is it? Yeah, you can also talk about the price. It is definitely affordable comparing to uh and definitely it's affordable and cheaper compared to you buy in the mall. If let's say the mall is 20, maybe you can get it for around 5 in the Shopee, okay? Because it is directly from the factory. But come back to the quality. If it's in the mall, if let's say you're buying like what I mentioned just now, you're buying a cloth, you can touch. If it's written cotton, yes, it is cotton. You can touch, you can wear it. So the size, everything will be right for you. But how if it's online? How can you make sure the size is exactly fit you, all right? And your feeling, so you're going to mention, were you satisfied with it? All right, was it worthy to buy cheaper, but is it better? All right, yeah, you can talk about the quality issue. You can say that maybe you were worried earlier, you have a quality issues, trust, because it is not as the same as you buy in the physical shop, but when it arrived, it looks so good or something. So you can write like a story type. Okay, shouldn't be a problem. All right. Do you have any question, class, for your section B? Shall we move on to our paper 2? It's going to be 7. Wow. Okay, very quick. Okay, now let's look at paper 2. Okay, this is also from the same state Pulau Pinang. You can see Jabatan Pendidikan. So the whole Jabatan Pendidikan, they had the same paper. Daku then with the online receipt. Daku what? You can't refund once you have received unless it is broken or the goods the goods are not returnable. Unless if it's broken, maybe you can return, but I don't think so. You have to mention that there. Okay. Okay, for this paper you have uh 15 objective question, if not mistaken, correct? All right. So let us look at the first one. Well spotted. Moles linked to delayed aging. What are moles? What is moles? The black thing. Okay. Moles are tai lalat lah. Alright. Yeah, small black dot on your faces, on your hands, on your legs. Some people has very less mole. You can't find. Alright. Some are full. They have a lot of moles. Okay. What? I'm not talking about the animal mole here. We're talking about the moles on your face because it's you can see from the title, well spotted, so spot, alright? Moles linked to delay aging. So they say that when you have moles, they are likely to have relatively slow aging skin. Alright? Slow aging skin, you get old slow. Okay, now a team researcher at King's College London has discovered they are blessed with tougher bones. Their latest research has found that people with more than 100 moles on their bodies are 50% less likely to develop osteoporosis, the bone problem, than people with few moles. Okay. Uh, While it appeared that people with large number of mole have longer telomeres and the bundles of DNA found at the end of chromosomes in all cells and telomeres are a good biological indicator of the rate at which we are aging. Aging is getting old lah. People with moles have slightly increased risk of melanoma, but they have the benefit of reduced rate of aging. Okay, so now what is the extract says here? The extract above inform us with a higher number of moles have. Read carefully. Not A. Exactly, Joey. It's D. Yeah, it's D. Tougher bones and slow aging. You have to focus on the purpose of the um, passage given. All right. So it's about tougher bones and slow aging. Very good. Those who have answered. Shah quickly changed his answer. Okay. And then to Putri, I'm sorry I cannot come to your house to do assignment together. I have a headache and I need a rest. Please let me know if there is something I can do and please give my apology to others as I cannot meet them today. So in the message, Vanessa, what will be answer? Read the message again, class, and let's look at the answer correctly because your answers are wrong. Yes, it's B. Tells Putri that she's sick. So she's informing that she's sick. All right. Okay, number 3. Establish. Establish in 1989. All right. So what is the word establish means? Yeah. So what is the meaning of establish? Yes, it's B. Founded. All right. Founded. It's not created. It's founded. Okay. It's B. Very good. Uh, Founded is for usually for place or things or center and things like that. Okay, you can see the center has been locating, subduing, and then translocating elephant. Subduing is to conquer. Okay, where they conquer all the elephant and they translocate, meaning from a place to another place. All right. Okay, let's look at the comic strip. From the comic strip, we know that the man is, what is it about? My stomach just rumbled. Does that count? So he is. Yeah, he's hungry, okay? Because he said the stomach just rumble. So we know that the man is hungry. All right. You have to look at the sentence and the correct answer which is suitable. All right. So he's hungry. Very good. Okay, number 5. Culinary expert Patsy Chong has over 40 years of experience in the industry and has authored over 30 cookbooks, okay, including Sauce and Taste, which won a 2015 Government World Cookbook Award. Okay, Chong regularly receives invitation to conduct cooking demonstration in Australia and Europe and conducts cooking courses. To date, she has trained 2,000 students from all over the world. From the article, we can understand that Patsy Chong, are you sure, Chia? It's A, yes, all right. So she is a well-known chef and author, all right. Okay, next. Tip of the month, workout to be healthy. Working out keeping us in a good shape. However, excessive workout can bring us unnecessary health complications. Therefore, we must make sure that we give our muscles time to heal by keeping our work out very late rather than overstrain a one part of body. Work out the upper body on Monday, Wednesday and Friday and the lower body on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. By practicing that, muscle injuries can be avoided. Sunday can be a day to relax and recover. Exactly, very good. So it's C. Exercising on different body parts on different day prevents muscle damage. Alright? So they asked us to work out on different days. Take some rest. You can't do everything in a day. Okay. So number 7, we just focus here, right? Can you see the bubble? I mean the strip inside? Alright. So you read and then answer. It's Susanna Ghazali Bujang. You can see the name is there. Chia. So what is number 7? They're asking what kind of person. She diagnosed with a spine problem and she still did swimming. She didn't stop. So what kind of person she is? Very good, right? So she is a strong will. Strong will is a high determination person. Okay, so it's A. All right, the last one for the objective before we shall close. Okay, do you know that listening to thunderstorm sound, relaxing pouring rain, and lightning video help you to sleep? Allow this calming storm sound nature video to create a soothing ambience for relaxation in your home. Let this sound video wash over you and help you fall into a deep, satisfying slumber. So, what can you make out from the above advertisement? What is number 8? Anybody else, class? What could you make out from the above advertisement? They're asking you what can you learn. Insomnia is cannot sleeping, yeah, sleeping disorder, sleeping problem, right? So B is the right answer. Okay, they say it's a good trophy for those who cannot sleep. Okay, so help you. You can see from the question there, help you to sleep. Read your passage properly. If you have problem, you read it again so that you understand. All right, they're asking you the meaning. What can you understand from here? So 8 is B. All right, I can still remember my father vividly. Vividly means clearly. He built the house on Langley Lake for my mother in the town. She, what is number 9? Yes, number 9 is A. Very good, both of you. Okay, number 9 is A. She grew up in, it was 100 miles glassy skyscraper. My father built, okay, what is the answer here? Yes, it's B. Azima, very good. It's in the city. All right. In the city on the Upper East Side. Okay, the house on Lindy Lake looked unlike one of other houses in town with their grain, wind sliding and slouching car porch. No, the house on Lindy Lake wasn't a house at all. It was a three-story fortress built stones with thick fence and what is number 11? Sorry, I have to go down a bit. Type of sliding door. The material they used for the making the house. So number 11 is yes, impenetrable. All right. B, number 11 is B. Very good. When I was a little girl, we spent our summer in that fortress. I remember slumber parties, slumber like sleeping parties, all right, on the back lawn and afternoon spent sunning on the rough just offshore. I remember tall glasses, iced lemonade. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so what will be answer? Number 12, tall glasses of iced lemonade. Actually, it's sweating. It's not melting, sweating. Remember when you put pour ice and then and it's hot, okay, they will have like a sweat outside of the glass, right? On the patio and the sundress my mother wore. She's actually explaining everything. So it's sweating. Number 12 is D. Alright? Okay, number 13. Once I thought my father had built the house to keep everyone else out. 13 is yes, B. It's a but because you are contrasting with two sentences. Very good. It's B. But then my uncle Hank found the photographs. They were in a shoebox hidden under a loose floorboard in my parents' bedroom. They were, yes, taken that summer, 2007, a few weeks before my mother disappeared. I saw the photograph and realized I had been wrong about the last one, number 15. What is your answer? Yes, about everything. Okay, so you got all the answers right. Number 15 is C. Very good. Okay, now let's look at your reading comprehension. Sorry, your graphic organizer. We will have a look here, and then we look at the question, and then we might look at the question again, the text again, whenever you need it. When we look at the question, whenever you need the text, you let me know. Okay, so it's Green Valley Academy, teachers required. So it's an advertisement basically. Green Valley Academy is well known for its 54-year excellent education. It's looking for highly motivated and qualified teachers to teach at the academy to maintain its quality of education. Recruited applicant means those who have applied should be able to produce outstanding result. Nurture student. Nurture means you have to teach the student academic performance and help in spiritual development. What is spiritual? GVA invites applicants from qualified teachers for the following position. What is spiritual class? Dalaman, like a religious like that, right? Okay, so they want English teacher, it's bolded here. So trained graduate teacher with Bachelor of Education in English are welcome to apply. So they want English teacher. Teaching certificate is compulsory. All applicants should have at least 3 years of teaching background, 3 years of teaching experience. Recruited applicant will be bonded for minimum 2 years. Bonded means agreement. Okay, you have to work for 2 years. Selection for the vacancy will be done by considering applicant abilities and skills. Therefore, candidates must have a very good command of English and be familiar with relevant syllabus. So she must know about the subject. Interested, they can submit. Okay, blah blah blah. All right, let's look at the. Okay, let's look at the question. Job about. What is the job about? Let's look. What is the job about? Yes, the job is about English teachers, right? They want, no, they are not asking you where is it. They're asking you about the job. So you have to mention about English teacher. Very good. Chia. Okay, number 17, the job description. What is the job description? Here they have given you nurture students' academic performance. So before that, what is it? No, description about the job. What you have to do. The applicant should be able to produce outstanding results. All right. Yes, produce outstanding results. That will be one. Then they have given you nurture students' academic performance. That will be two. And then the third one will be help in spiritual development. Can you understand? That is spiritual. That is a job description. Job description means what they want you to do during the working hours. Okay. So the first one, able to produce outstanding result, nurture students' academic performance, and help in spiritual development. Okay. What is the academic qualification? What is the academic qualification? What is the qualification class? Yes, Bachelor of Education. No, you can't write at least and all that. Exactly, Bachelor of Education. The qualification when you want to work, you must have a degree, which is your Bachelor of Education. It's mentioned here. All right. Okay. Now, number 20, documents to be attached for application. What are the documents that you need to attach? Exactly, resume. All right. So you have to attach a resume. Uh, you can see here resume. All right. So resume will be the answer. Application submission at. Where can you submit your application? Where can you submit your application? Very good. www.greenvalleyacademy.com. You just follow exactly as mentioned. All right. The next question. Green Valley Academy is looking for a suitable candidate to join their academic staff. Successful applicant must be proficient in what? What is proficient? They must be good. So they must be good in what? Very good, Joy. They must be good in English, proficient in English, because they're going to teach English. All right. Yes, your E must be capital. All right. Okay. And then successful applicant must be proficient in English. They also need to have of experience in teaching. How many years of teaching experience? Very good. 3 years. All right. The next question. In addition, they must have good knowledge of the what? They must have good knowledge of what? They must have a very good command English, and also they must be familiar with the syllabus. So they must be, no, command of language is mentioned earlier. Proficient is command of language. And when they talk about, yes, relevant syllabus, very good. They must have a good knowledge of the relevant syllabus. Okay. Once they are selected, they will be posted to where they will be posted. Where are they posted? Yes, Sarawak, Kuching, Sarawak. You have to write Kuching, Sarawak. Alright? So the documents interview is in Georgetown, Penang. Don't get confused. Alright, Chia, you don't get confused. You see, the relevant interview is in Georgetown, but applicant must be work. Work is posted. Okay? Alright, now let's look at your summary. This is quite a interesting story. It's about the story lah. Okay, like what we have learned about Roma. Remember about Roma jumping from the train and all that, something like that. Okay, so but we do our literature first. Is that okay? Yeah, we will do with poem. I prefer doing the poem. Then only we go to something tougher and very packed. So we do with our poem first. Hey, where's the poem? Okay. Okay, you see the poem that suggested here is the Charge of Light Brigade. Okay, you remember, right? The Charge of Light Brigade. All right. Yes, yes, Sang Chizwan. I have all the papers. I have uploaded all your lesson on your Google Classroom, including your only this paper I haven't uploaded yet because I wanted to discuss with you all. I've uploaded a latest Kahoot challenge. I was talking in the beginning of the lesson, and also all the other papers. All right, so you can check and you can work on it. Okay, now let's look at the Charge of Light Brigade. It's about the soldiers. Okay, in which word in stanza 1 means attack? Stanza 1. Let's look at stanza 1. Okay, which one is attack? What is the answer, class? Forward is go in front. Move forward means you are going in front. So charge. Yes, charge is the correct answer. Very good. Number 2. Which line in stanza 3 shows the bravery of the soldier? Stanza 3. Stanza 3. 1, 2. Oh, here. This is stanza 3. Yes, very good. Boldly they rode and well. All right, showing that we are very brave. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line 6 in stanza 3. Boldly they rode and well. Into the jaws of that is showing the places are very scary. All right, but to show bravery is the line 6 in stanza 3. Okay. Why do you think the soldiers have no way to escape death? Why? It's from stanza 3 actually. Why is it? Why they cannot escape from the death? Sorry, from the death. Yes, they were surrounded. They were surrounded, yes, but by what? Very good, Joey. They are surrounded with cannons from all direction. Very good. So one gave cannon around them, one gave they were surrounded. So you have to combine both, all right? No, your answer is supposed to be they were surrounded by cannons everywhere. All right. So that will be the correct answer. All right. Now it's a hot question. What would you have done if you were one of the soldiers in the Light Brigade? Earlier they said if you were a leader, if not mistaken, it was like last two paper or something, the first paper or second paper. They asked you what will you do if you're a soldier? I mean the captain, what would you give instruction? Now they ask you about the soldier. Okay, so give a reason to support your answer. What have you done if you were one of the soldier? Can you say that retreat is the correct answer, Chia? Because when you retreat, but you have taken the oath to save the country, you have, if you retreat, you'll be given punishment by the government. Exactly. You still have to follow the order. The reason you have to be loyal, all right? And you have to understand that you have to complete your duty. Very good. So you have to follow the order given by the captain or the commander, sorry, not captain, by the commander, because you're obeyed with the rules and regulation. Yes, right? Okay, so you understand the poem? Okay, very good. Okay, this is not a lesson. You don't have to explain we must like that and all that, but you can tell the action and the reason. Why? Because you have to obey to the rules and regulations. You have taken the oath to protect your country. All right? There's no turning back. Okay. Yes. Okay, we quickly look at dear Mr. Kilmer. I have never do any points here, so I'm just going to explain verbally. And I think it's something very similar. Choose one of the novel and answer. Based on the novel you have studied, write about one of the characters who has one challenge, and how you overcome it. Okay. So if let's say we go back to dear Mr. Kilmer, what was the challenges that he faced? Yes, the one character will be Richard. One challenges and one how he overcome. So what was one challenges that he made? Or you can talk about Hannah. Hannah faces a lot of challenges, all right, and how she overcome it. Or if you talk about Richard, what was the one challenge and how he overcome? What will be the one challenges and how he overcome? You can talk about Richard. Okay, you can say that he went for when Hannah's tavern was vandalized, all right, and Mrs. Hanson, the English teacher, asked the other classmates to sign the sympathy card. None of them were bothered to sign the card. Only Richard stood up to sign the sympathy card. Okay, and he was against by many. Many of them rejected. Okay, many of them were angry with him, against him. They isolated him, but he was not bothered because he think that what he did was right. Okay, and how he overcome it, he submit the sympathy card to Hannah and saying sorry for behalf of the Turtle Lake resident. Okay, and at the same time, there were also Abner and Harry who wanted to actually beat him. They want to fight with him, and he was very brave. So they were actually frightened by Richard. All right. Okay, yes, you can also talk about face challenges in writing poetry. Remember from the chapter one, he will write and then he will crumple and throw inside the fireplace. And then even when he revealed the secret of him writing poetry at home during the dinner, he wasn't approved by the parents. I mean, by Pa or Gus. Gus actually even warned him not to tell the classmate because he is already ostracized by others. And to add more, if let's say people know that he's writing poetry, people wouldn't like it. But he still revealed how he overcome. He talked to Mr. Kilmer, and Mr. Kilmer asked him to overcome the fear. All right. So he overcome it and he read the poetry in front of others, and some of them were actually happy. Okay, so it was a successful challenges lah. So you can also talk about it. Did not want to kill the deer can, but what happened was he didn't face the challenges. He purposely misshot to kill the deer, all right, but he just spoke to the father saying that he doesn't like killing or taking any innocent life. So you can't explain much about it. Since they want one, you can talk about one great event, big event, all right. Okay, do you have any question, class, on your literature? Can we move on to your reading comprehension? Okay, very good. I don't want to waste much time on your reading novel after this because I've done your Mr. Kilmer and then have given you more than 7 to 8 what is that sample and all that. So we're going to focus on even more important thing, all right? Okay, let's look at your reading comprehension. Okay, I escaped from Ethiopia because I feared for my life after my father was killed. I dreamt of a life without persecution and decided to flee to Yemen by boat. It was a nightmare that you could not wake up from and it would never leave me. First, persecution means he has been a victim. All right. So he said he is dreaming a life without being a victim. Okay. And he decided to flee means run away. Flee is running away to Yemen by boat. And he said it was a nightmare that it was a bad thing for him. So he just wants to that thing to become uh, uh, to go from his life. Okay, can you understand the first paragraph? You have to understand paragraph by paragraph so that you can answer your question and your summary easier. That is the biggest tips for you to do your summary better. All right. If let's say you don't understand your words, your English, your certain words, you really cannot understand, and then you cannot bring your dictionary inside. What can you do? Read the whole line. You scan slowly. Remember, I teach you scanning and skimming. To scan. Scan means do it slowly, and then you look for the example. All right. So you can actually guess the meaning by yourself. If let's say you didn't do all that, then it will be very difficult for you to focus on your summary. Okay, number two. My nightmare began when I arrived in Obok. Okay, I met the smuggler who took me to a place where I met others like me traveling to Yemen. In total, there were 57. Among us were one woman with two children. Naively, I thought that the boat would be big enough to fit us all. I was wrong. So the nightmare means the bad time began when he arrived at that particular place and he saw a smuggler. What is smuggler? What is smuggler? Class, what is smuggler? Any idea what is smuggler, class? Smuggler we use for drugs, smuggler like you pengedar, okay, those who can yeah, you can use for dada, smuggler or drug smuggling. Like you take something in a big portion and then you bring it to another country without permission. That is smuggling. All right. So they are smuggling people actually. So they said there were 57 of them and they wanted to go into a boat. All right. Yes, Penyelundup. Very good. Okay, when the smuggler came with the boat, I noticed it could only fit 20 to 30 people, but the total just now was 57. I could not imagine how we all got in, so they have to really climb inside. The smuggler told us that they had to sit in a specific position to save space. We sat with our legs together towards our chest and put all our weight on the tip of our feet. Okay, so they said that uh, they had to cramp themselves, very crowded. All right. The boat engine started and we moved towards the open sea at night. A few minutes later, the boat stopped moving and the smuggler shouted at us, "You have to stay here and jump into the sea." So he mentioned they have to stay there, and he jumped into the sea. I did not know what was going on. I looked around and all I saw was an open sea. So they were in the middle of the sea. All right. Uh, and then I did not know what was going on. Okay, he was at the moment I feared for my life. I had no air to breathe because the place was overcrowded. My legs started to feel numb. Overcrowded because too many people. Feel numb, kebas. By the way I was sitting, we had neither food nor water, so they don't have anything. I was afraid and regretted leaving home. So he actually left home. From here, you see, he ran away from the home. All right. We stayed in the boat till morning until the smuggler and another person came with another boat. They pulled our boat back to the shore, and then we stayed there for 2 days on the beach without no food and water. Fear engulfed me. Fear engulfed means the fear completed, cover completed in him. I was at unknown place with unknown people and I did not know how long I would remain here with no food and water. I was unable to carry my own weight. I was exhausted. Okay, because without food and water, right? Okay, the next day the smuggler came back with the same boat. He changed the engine, which had broken down in the middle of the sea. I boarded the boat and sat in the same way as before. The pain was unbearable. Luckily, the trip only took 2 hours. When we about to reach the shore, the smuggler shouted, "You have to get out now." I jumped into the sea. Some people were reluctant and stayed on the boat. I saw the smuggler pushing people off his boat. Reluctant means they don't want to do it, all right? They doesn't want to do it willingly. So he was pushing them out, which caused one of the kids to almost drown in front of me. I freaked out. I did not know what to do. I simply froze. Thankfully, an elderly man went to help and carried the child to the shore. When I reached the shore, I was very exhausted, but I glad that I reached Yemen safely. Suddenly, a group of men appeared. They started to divide us into groups. My group was forced to get into a truck and they drove us far away from the coast. At the moment, I did not understand what happened to me. I fled my country country to find freedom, only to find myself in more horrific situation. So you can understand here in the paragraph 8, he has a problem in his country and he wanted to run away. Okay, they call it as refugee. People who running away from a country because they were forced to leave is called as refugee. So suddenly when he come to another country, he having a more horrific, more terrible situation here. Okay, paragraph 9, the truck stopped and an angry looking man commanded us to get down. I realized that I was in the middle of desert and I was scared. After giving us food and water, the man hit us with a black wire and demanded the phone number for our family. Some refused and they were tortured. They hit so hard that I could feel their pain. For 4 days, I remained in the face until I finally gave him my mother's number. So once he signed ransom, he released me. We walked for hours in desert with neither food or water. In the end, we reached a mosque and stayed there for 3 days. So they actually smuggled, they kidnapped the people just to get some ransom money, duit pampasan or duit pampasan lah. Alright, now I'm staying at the Center for Determining My Refugee Status. I am recovering and looking towards a better future, free from fear and persecution. Alright, so he's telling that, can you hear? Can you hear right? It's not lagging, right? Okay, so he's telling that he ran away from his country because he's finding for better life, but he came here and he met a lot of problem, right? He had to pay ransom money and all that, and then suddenly they found a mosque. They stayed there for 3 days, and now they are giving him a refugee status, meaning people are from different country. All right. So that is about any question, class. Any question? You have any words that you don't understand from the reading comprehension? Shall we move to the question? Okay, now let's look. Why did the writer decided to flee to Yemen from paragraph 1? Why did the writer uh, flee to Yemen? Why? Yes, he. You must start with he because they're asking the writer, right? So you cannot talk as I. You have to mention he. So he dreamt to have a life without persecution. Alright, so that will be your answer. He decided to have a life without persecution. Okay, can you understand? The father was killed is one thing, but they ask that or you can mention that he spared with the life after the father was killed. Can, but when you start with the question his father was killed, then it's a wrong answer. Yes, it's a past tense because you can see the word please there. Why did the writer decide to flee to Yemen? Okay, can you understand the question number 1? Alright, so you can say that he dreamt of a life without persecution or he feared for his life after his father was killed. Okay, question B. Sorry. Question B, from paragraph 2, what did the writer mean when she said, I was wrong? So from paragraph 2, I was wrong. So what does the meaning for I was wrong? Okay, the last part, I was wrong. So what do you understand from here? For reading comprehension, you can copy down. You can definitely copy down. You don't change your answer, right? Then cannot understand. But for summary, yes, you shouldn't directly copy down. You must change you have to, we call it as paraphrasing. Have to paraphrase. Very good, Joey. He realized that the boat is too small. So what he meant that he was wrong is, you can tell that he thought the boat can fit all of them or the boat was bigger. Because here, he, remember he said that I thought the boat would be big enough to fit us all. So you can say that he thought the boat would be big enough to fit them all. So that was, I was wrong. Alright? Okay, 27A. From paragraph 3, describe the manner in which the writer had to sit. The manner, how he sit. Alright? Okay, how did he sit? How did he sit, class? He said, you have to start with he, alright? He said, with what? With his legs together toward his chest and put all his weight on the tip of his feet. So when you use the word he, you have to use the word his. Can you understand? Yes, because the question you're asking about the writer, so you cannot use the word I, you have to use the word he. So he said in the he sat with his legs together towards his chest and put all his weight on the tip of his feet. Then you get 1 mark. You have to complete the sentence. Okay, paragraph 5. Which one word means overwhelmed? Paragraph 5. Which one? Exactly, engulf, right? It's very easy, for you to find the word because if let's say the words that you understand are here and the very different, indifferent word is there, then definitely that will be the word. But just now I mentioned, here engulf means it's completely covered. So overwhelm is also completely covered. Okay, from paragraph 7, why do you think some people were reluctant to jump into the sea? Number 28, paragraph 7. Why some people were reluctant to jump? Why some people didn't jump? This will be your own answer. Why some didn't jump? No, they're asking why some people didn't jump. Why were some people reluctant and didn't jump out of the boat? They're not talking about the writer, they are talking about the other people. Why are the some people never jump? Yes, they feel fear for the new place, one thing. Another thing, they don't know how to swim. They doesn't know how to swim. Okay. Another one, they have not reached their destination. It's just the middle of the sea, right? They were asked to jump. You can tell that they were afraid. They were confused. Okay. A lot of answer. They don't know how to swim. Yes. Okay. So you got the answer now? Okay. 29, sorry, 28 B. Why was the writer unable to understand what happened to him? From paragraph 8. At the moment, I did not understand what happened to me. Why was it? What happened? What happened to? Why he feel that he unable to understand what happened to him? No, let's look at the paragraph 8. Let's look at paragraph 8. He said, they divide us. My group was forced. Okay, at the moment, I did not understand what happened to me. I fled to my country to find freedom, but to find me in a more horrific situation. So you can say that he fled to another country. He fled from his country to find for freedom, but he was engaged in more horrific situation. Okay, that's why he don't know what happened to him. He cannot understand. Meaning that dia ingatkan dia boleh mencari ketenangan, he can find for the freedom, but the thing is it became even more worse. Alright, so you can also write in your own sentence or you can even just copy the whole thing. Okay, but just use the word he. Alright, the last question. Uh, sorry, not too last. 29A. From paragraph 9, yes, Tangji Zuan, your answer is correct. Paragraph 9. In your opinion, why did the man demand the family's phone number? Why did he demand the family's phone number? What they wanted from the person? To call them, to get to know about them. Is it why he wants the phone number? What was the purpose for him to ask the phone number? Yes, he wanted to take ransom money from the parents. He wanted to claim for money. Exactly. All right. He wanted ransom, or he wanted to extort money. You can use the word extort. Extort. Okay. All right. How long was the writer tortured? How long he was tortured until they let him go? Yes, 15 days. Very good. You can write in number. You can also write in words. All right. Shouldn't be a problem. Yes, 15 days. Okay. The last question. In your own words, state one positivity quality of the writer. Provide a reason to support your answer. So what is the quality and what is the reason? What will be the quality of the person? You can say brave, or what else? Bravery, or you can also talk about he wants freedom. Okay, quality, he's searching for freedom. Okay, the reason why, because his father was killed and he cannot stay in his country, right? Or bravery, you can tell that he's brave. Then your reason will be because he wanted to he flee from his country to another country to look for a better life, right? Yes. Okay, now let's look at your summary. Based on the passage given, write a summary on the hardship the writer went through while fleeing to Yemen. The hardship the writer went through while fleeing to Yemen. Alright? The hardship means what was the struggle. Okay, so here your summary. Just now some of y'all were asking how to do summary, right? Okay, first of all you have to understand the topic, the question, and then you have to understand from which line to which line. You don't have to waste your time to look from the line 1 until the line 50 or 40. You just, they have mentioned here, use material from line 10 to line 49, not be longer 130 words including 10 words given. So your hardship, your sentence going to begin from the hardship begins when the writer arrived in Obok, the place lah. Alright. Okay, let's look at this paragraph. Okay, so line 10, they say you have to start from line 10. So you can see here, the hardship begin when it could only fit. Let me write for you. Alright. Mm, it could only fit to 30 people is the first hardship. Alright. Sit in a specific position to save space. Sit in specific position to save space. And then you can see that the legs started to feel numb. You have to really look into the hardship, meaning what were the struggle that he faced. Okay, now let's look at the points first. And then no air to breathe because the place was overcrowded. Hold on, no air to breathe because the place was overcrowded. Okay, how many points there? You have almost 4 points. You have uh, the boat only could fit 20, and then the smuggler told us to sit in a specific position, and then you cannot breathe because it was overcrowded and legs started to feel numb. All right, hold on. I have to clear as well because uh, I have to move down. Right, yeah. Okay, Vidam. Mm, they had neither food 19 to 20. Okay, then you have more, they have no food line, with no food and water, right? And then number 23, line 23, you can see here, they have to stay there. Okay, they have to stay there with no food and water, unable to carry own weight. This is also another struggle faced by the person because he was exhausted. Okay, and then line 25 to 26, uh, he was exhausted. I don't understand, Shah. If the right second idea can go back to the no, you have to follow the organization. That's why you get marks for the format. All right. So when you look at the points, the first points will come first, right? So you just start writing with that. If you don't follow, then the story will be up and down. Okay. Number line 29. He boarded in the boat and sat in the same way as before. The pain was unbearable. So all these are the struggles. So you have already about 10 points there. Okay. And then the kids almost drowned in front of me. The man hit them with a black wire. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me clear this. Okay. Okay. After giving some money, she refused to be tortured. Wait, 34. 34. Yeah, the word hit. Yes. Where is it? Line 45. Yes, the man hit us with some black wire and demanded the phone number. Alright, for our family. There'll be also one. Okay. And then you can also talk about we walked for hours in the desert with neither food or no water. Okay, so you have already 12 points there. Can you understand? Okay. Do you understand how do you find your okay? Hold on, huh? Okay. Now, you when they ask you, okay, let's look at the question back. Let's look at the question back. Oh my God. It's very difficult because you don't have the paper and we have to scroll up and down. Okay, so they mentioned that from the passage, write a summary. You have to talk about the hardship and have given you line 10 to line 49. So your work here is only to focus from line 10 until line 49. All right. So just now you can start with the sentence, the 10 sentence given, and the first word, the boat was not fit. Okay, until the line 49 is the last line where they walk with hours in desert with neither food or water. Okay, what can you do is when you lift the whole sentences from the summary without changing, you just add firstly, secondly, later, what he did and all that, but without just a transitional signal, but without changing the word, you might get only about 8 marks, 8 to 7 marks, because you are called as lifted. Lifted means kamu telah mencuri, meaning you have taken exactly, you have copied exactly from the reading comprehension. But what if you rephrase, you paraphrase the whole sentences, you change according to your sentence, even if your sentences are easy. Okay, for example, We walked for hours in desert with neither food or water. He was walking in the desert without any food and without food and water. For example, it's a very simple changes that you can see, but you can obtain about 13 to 14 marks. All right. So it's as simple as that. What you do, it's easy tips for you. You put a bracket in your reading comprehension paper, and then you can change your sentences. All right. You cannot get high marks. Exactly, copy cannot get high marks. That's why I said 7. If you provide 12 points, if your points are not enough there, and you still copy, maybe you get barely 5 marks out of 15. Okay, so I'm talking here when you copy exactly, but you have 12 points. You must have 12 points here. 10 to 12 points will give you about 10 to 12 marks. All right. Another 3 marks is about your language, about how you have changed the words and all that. Can you understand? All right. Okay. Do you have any question, class? Do you have any question? Okay. Okay, if let's say you got no question, then I just want to remind you again that I have uploaded a Kahoot challenge again on your Google Classroom. Please do not waste your time. All right, I know you still have 90 days or 60 days, okay, for your SPM, but you have to work harder. Okay, it's not easy because we have been practicing a lot on online. All right, and you have been doing a lot of online practice even when you skip your school, and nowadays we cannot accept, maybe if it's get worse we might get into MCO, second part of MCO as well. So before that, you try your best, put a lot of effort. Okay, I have uploaded all the lessons. I will also upload this now. If let's say you don't understand, some maybe have left earlier, you can have a look on it. Right, if you want to print and you want to do your questions again, also can. Right, shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so is there any question, class, before we end the lesson? If you don't have any question, then I think y'all can leave now. Thank you, class. All right. Okay, take care, everyone. Also, you all need to take care. Okay, wear mask, sanitize your hand frequently. All right. Bye.